Reds to the latest opposition fan preview. This week we've got Rich from Eagle-Eyed Football getting the Crystal Palace perspective on all things. Seems like we're playing them on every single week at this moment in the start of the season. But we'll introduce Rich in just a little second. But firstly, shout out to our sponsors at Matchbingo today. This episode is brought to you by our partners at Matchbingo. Matchbingo brings a new level of excitement to live football, transforming every match into an interactive bingo game. Picture this: Liverpool score, you celebrate, and it's on your cards. You're able to mark it off as the game does progress. With 15 match events to watch out for, from corners to free kicks to goals scored in specific minutes, you're always one moment away from getting closer to that big win. Each team has 6 dedicated events on the card, along with 3 neutral events as the game unfolds. Your bingo card updates in real time. It's football just for an extra bit of fun as well. This week, we're watching Liverpool take on Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, so you can join us in with the action as well. Simply click the link or scan the QR code on screen to play along with us on Match Bingo. But also, here's something special for our listeners and viewers. Use promo code INDEX for a massive 200% deposit bonus. That means if you deposit £5, you receive an extra £10. So you just have £15 to get started with. Just make sure that you use promo code INDEX when you sign up as well. But always remember, it's 18 plus only, and please gamble responsibly. For help, visit gambleaware.org. But if you want to check out the app as well for Match Bingo, you can also download it, set it up for your account this weekend, and join us for the next game. Enjoy the game and good luck with your Match Bingo cards. But for now, we'll get back into the opposition fan preview. Rich, how are we, mate? Thank you very much for taking the time out this evening. First and foremost, and hope you're looking after yourself, mate. And thank you very much for coming on, mate.
No, not a problem. Thank you for even just reaching out to us and obviously having this discussion. Weirdly, I'm excited about the game. I don't know why.
You beat us anyway at Wembley not too long ago on pens, mate.
You made a great point. We seem to be facing each other. That's 4 times in 16 games.
Yeah, that's mad.
Each other. That's mental.
Did you play? I think I might have seen on socials this week. Is it West Ham? What team was it last season that I felt that you played in quite a couple of times in the cup?
Is it Villa? Villa, yeah.
Villa, yeah. Aston Villa, yeah. I think. But hopefully, it's within both teams, as we'll speak about today, mate. Very well adversed with each other in terms of tactics and all that. But it'd be great, Rich, to very much get your analysis on obviously Crystal Palace and let Liverpool fans out there know obviously all things. But I'm pretty sure as the weeks just transpired, and especially we'll speak very much about your European adventure this season as well, mate. But first and foremost, Rich, just get a bit of insight from you, mate. Unbeaten in the Premier League so far, which is fantastic from your point of view, mate. How have you gauged so far this season and just some of the performances that you've seen?
Yeah, no, really happy to be unbeaten. Like me and the rest of the fans, Glasner's also, I think, a little bit unhappy that we've had too many draws.
Yeah.
Granted, on paper, if you look at the Chelsea game, a 0-0 draw is like, oh, fantastic. But then Eze had a goal disallowed, which I didn't think was anything wrong with it. But this is football. And then we then drew with Nottingham Forest, but that was just after we played our European playoff game. So after 60 minutes, we were flagging. Like, we looked tired. The other draw that we had was Sunderland at home, where the keeper decided to turn into Alisson. But the 2 wins we got obviously last week against West Ham and the away win against Villa. So all our wins have come away from home so far. And look, we lost our first 8 last season. I mean, no win in the first 8 last season. We're in a much stronger position now.
Yeah, it's been remarkable, mate, and I think obviously as you as a club and just speaking from my like obviously pre-Jurgen Klopp era, you'll know, mate, as a neutral watching Liverpool and analysing, it's like it's just getting used to it, mate. And we'll speak a bit about obviously Glasner a bit later on, anyway, in terms of the future for him as well. But
Yeah.
I think it will come when you start bringing in you've already done really well. We'll speak about some of your very talented players in a little second, mate. But has it been surprising so far at the start of the season? Did you obviously alluded to last season's start, very disappointing, but positive, big positives to come away from, like the obviously to take into obviously the game. Obviously, we played Jews, as we said already, at Wembley. I, as a neutral, when I analyse and watch Crystal Palace, made up. I think you play football the very much the right way. The fact your fans are absolutely amazing. I think some of the best atmosphere at Selhurst Park, and even the travelling Selhurst Park crowd as well, really tend to be one of the best at Anfield as well, mate. But I think in terms of going into this weekend, mate, in terms of, well, quickly, I just wanted to touch, apologies, I'm jumping on my notes here. But yeah, obviously you're happy with the results as well. But firstly, I wanted to just quickly touch on obviously Marc Guehi's saga, just to get it out of the way, really, mate.
No problem.
I know you and every Palace fan bloody sick of this, obviously. But yeah, how's the fan base reacted to the Marc Guehi saga? It's been an absolute whirlwind from our point of view before the transfer window shut, mate. But I'm guessing you're all very happy that he stayed and focused on
massively happy. Like you've got to think, like, as a fan base, we're not going to ever understand fully the business side of this. Yeah. We just want the best for our football club, and keeping Marc Guehi, yes, he's going to leave on a free or potentially for a lot cheaper in January. Keeping him was massive to just continue this, because we had a 17-game unbeaten run. Yeah. Just for a bit of like clarity out there. Obviously, it all started off where we kind of expected Ebbs and Mark to go. That's what we were expecting at the start of the window. Yeah. We put the valuation at 45. I know Liverpool was saying 30, 35. Yeah. I think from our standpoint, the biggest mistake we made is when Steve Parish came out after the Community Shield and publicly said, we can't afford not to sell Marc Guehi. Which meant Liverpool said, we'll wait this one out then. Yeah. There were rumours going around saying that we asked Mark to play the European games. That wasn't true. Basically, what had happened is we were going to play him anyway, but had the bid come in which we wanted, we would have done the same with Ebbs and we would have let him go. Now, that bid only officially really came, 2-3 days before the window ended? Yeah. And we as a club made it clear that, look, we've got to find a replacement. And we were very close to. Granted, for me, I thought it was a terrible replacement we were looking at.
Yeah. You know, the lad from where was he from? Was it Wolves or Brighton? The Brighton lad, yeah.
Igor Julio, like, who's their 6th choice centre back. And it was a loan. Yeah. Like, and I'm thinking, what is our board doing? Because Glasner wanted to keep him. Yeah. Parish didn't because of the money side to it. Glasner was happy to let him go had it was early in the window, because then he would have had time to get a replacement and then bed him in the side. Yeah, you know. So I was at work and my phone pinged off medical for Igor at Palace. I'm like, what? No way is this our replacement. This is disgraceful. I was fuming, you know. And obviously he then went to West Ham. The Guehi deal then eventually fell through. And obviously, look, we feel for Mark, and because he's probably got the training kit on. He's doing everything. You know, he's been a model professional. And now there's this narrative going around now, like, you know what, he should have forced the move. That's not him. Yeah, that's not him. So I do sympathize in that aspect. But I guess from both sides, from both clubs, we could have done things a lot better. I think Liverpool could have come in way earlier. And I think we could have sorted out the replacement a lot sooner and not have him go for medical and all this rigmarole. And lastly, Glasner came up publicly saying that he did not threaten to leave. So I hope that.
I was going to say, like me as a new, like, obviously, I think both, as you said, both sets of fans just happy that it's over, because it seemed to be every single day as a fan, all of us would, it's like who you want to believe.
That was draining. So draining.
Draining, right? But long both teams can just focus on the football. No, mate. Just quickly, do you want? I think you might have touched on January. Do you expect them to go in January, or do you think?
I have no idea, because like there's rumours that Real Madrid are sniffing around now.
Oh, we're used to losing players to Real Madrid.
Yeah, and I was going to say that you got like Konate potentially might be going there as well next.
Yeah.
So, and Real Madrid like are the masters of finding a free transfer.
Yeah.
Trent.
Yeah.
Potentially Konate and Guehi. Kylian Mbappe was a free transfer. Like, they're very smart with their business at the moment.
Yeah, smart business.
So it's difficult to tell because it could, if we're far in the Conference League, we might just tell him, Mark, you can't go. Like, just go on the free, because he could lead us to that trophy. He's that good.
Yeah, I was literally going to say, mate, like that magical day last season at Wembley, mate. Obviously, history for the next 200, 300, 400 years, that will be remembered, mate. And like, I think like all of it, every football fan in general is a football purist. Their heart, really, it's all about the trophies. Yeah. I think me as a fan supporting Liverpool, there's a lot more clubs out there that are a lot more fortunate, but the last 10 years, Liverpool, as you know, mate, as a neutral and just as a fan, we've come a very far way from where we used to be pre-Jurgen Klopp, even though we're a big institution, but just look down the motorway to Manchester United and how difficult it has been. So I think we're all happy anyway, mate, but yeah, be interesting January for both clubs, really, but the main thing is if Crystal Palace get the money anyway and is very happy with the money coming in. Anyway, Mo, so do you think, obviously, Marc Guehi, Adam Wharton as well, how good is he for you? And very much how far would you say his potential could be going into just how good is this lad?
He's so good. He makes the game look so easy. Far too easy. And the sky's the limit with him. I think the only hindrance, and this will be a hindrance to, but personally, I think his transfer value and a hindrance to his personal career, he does pick up just a few too many knocks. That's the only thing that's stopping him. But
what big injuries has he had in his career?
So he's had a couple groin injuries. He had a groin operation last year. Yeah. Which meant he missed a fair chunk of the season at the start of it, up until about December. But outside of that, like, he just knows how to dictate a game. He keeps the pace. Yeah. Like the pace of the game is run by him. He thinks forward. He sees passes that no one else sees. If you look at the assist in the Community Shield, it's just a one-touch clipping in behind to Saul. Like, these are the things that he sees, and yeah, it's another player that I know we're going to lose eventually, but my gosh, he's a talent. And I think England are making a big mistake not playing him more.
Yeah, he's a top talent, mate. A player that I'd love, but as you said, I'm pretty sure when the time does come in the future, you'll get a very fair penny for him anyway.
Just the right price, please.
Yeah. The right price to come, mate, 100%. Quickly touching on, obviously, Oliver Glasner, a big impact at Crystal Palace since his appointment, really. Has he surpassed your expectations since he's come in from you?
The moment he won the FA Cup, it surpassed it. And then he went and won the Community Shield as well. Like, obviously, and I'm not saying all fans are like this, but when you see like the top six sides, they're probably there regularly, so it's just another game to them. To us, it was a big deal. Yeah, it was a big deal. But he's such a great coach, and just when you listen to him speak, like I said, even in the last press conference, he was just like, before West Ham, was like, "Yes, we're unbeaten, but it's too many draws. I don't like. We need to win games, you know." And that's his mentality. He wants to win. Yeah, I think he's looking at us fifth in the table at the moment. I'm thinking, hey,
that's why it's crucial though, Rich, in terms of going into the January, and as you alluded to, like the Guehi saga, like obviously he's coming to the end of his contract, mate. Yeah, I think from an outside point of view, mate, that's instrumental that he's keep hold of him, mate, for you if he's
absolutely, 100%. And like I said, if we want to kick on, because realistically, look, this is our first time in Europe. Yeah, we're going to be new to this whole Thursday Sunday thing, which starts from next week. We need to accumulate as many points as possible in case there's a lull. And that happens in seasons. There are lulls. Add AFCON to that. We're going to be losing some players to that too. Yeah. January is going to be, I think, our trickiest period, December, January. So I think we just got to keep the momentum going. And that's what he would want. He would want to win every game. He's going to look to win Saturday. Like he doesn't think about, will the point look good? He don't care about no. He's going to want to win that game.
Yeah, I do expect him to do any tactical approach very similar to the game a couple of weeks ago at Wembley, mate. Is it going to be similar?
I think so. I think so. The thing that surprised me at Wembley is that you dropped off in the second half.
Yeah,
that's all of a sudden we had control of the ball, which it did surprise me, to be honest. As if you wanted to keep holding that 2-1 lead. I don't know if like fatigue played a part in it, because obviously there's a lot of football being played at the time. But I think we will sit back, soak up as much pressure as we can, and Ismail Assar's back this weekend, so I'm sure he'll start. We'll probably have to use it.
It's massive, and he loves a goal against Liverpool. And I still haven't recovered really from that the Watford days.
The Watford one, yeah.
That 3-0 game really does weird.
I generally think we'll try and hit you on the break, and it's something that's worked for us in multiple games, and hopefully it can continue.
100%, mate. Obviously, we touched on Marc Guehi. We touched on obviously Adam Wharton as well, mate. In terms of obviously the analysing the squad from your point of view, is there any of the key players going into obviously the game on Saturday? Any injury concerns or any of the big stars really that really stand out for you in terms of Liverpool fans need to keep an eye on? Obviously, Ismail Assar, we all know about his quality, but any unsung heroes for you that like kind of go under the radar? I love the lads, the Muniz, the right back anyway, one of the best fullbacks in the league. I think he's been tremendous since he's come into use, mate. But any other Muniz or any of the players within the squad that
I would even like to say both Maxence Lacroix and Chris Richards.
Yeah,
who obviously are the other two centre backs. We've kind of built our foundation on being hard to beat, but not in a we're just going to defend all day sort of manner. We still attack you, but we will defend well. And we've conceded 2 goals this season.
Yeah, not too bad.
Which is pretty impressive. Considering we've played Chelsea, Forest, Villa, Sunderland, and West Ham. So 3 of the teams who finished above us last season.
Yeah.
3 of the teams which have had Europe as well. So I think our defense have been really key. It'll be interesting to see whether Yeremy Pino's made it back for fitness, because he took a knock against West Ham last week. Now, he's someone, I wouldn't say an unsung hero because he's new to us. He's obviously he plays Ebbs, but he's someone his movement is very smart. Like he will find a lot of pockets, and he's a good dribbler with the ball. Once he sorts out his final pass, because that's what's letting him down, and maybe take a few shots off himself. When he gets in that rhythm, I think that's when it's going to all click, for him, and I think he'll become a very good player for us. Lastly, Daichi Kamada, someone who, honestly, as fans, we were given a lot of stick to. Yeah. He really struggled at the beginning of last season, and it was the Fulham game where he got sent off. I think a lot of fans would say, "That's it, get him, got his And after that game, he became a mainstay, and he's been unreal for us. So he's the unsung hero.
Yeah, one of the big driving forces of your squad as well, mate. I love Mateta. I love him. Just quickly touched on that before we obviously go into starting 11 as well, mate. Mateta, he's a player that very much surprises me in terms of, I think the last 2 years he's done tremendous.
Yeah.
What would you put down to his, like, is it been a tactical shift from obviously the manager, or is it just being his performances? You lose some other players that have really stepped up the quality, and as he took on a lot more of the onus within the squad and really become a leader, leading from the front, and most importantly getting the goals as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest turning point is when he cut his hair. He cut his hair, he tucked his shirt in, and all of a sudden it's like it's like Space Jam sort of thing. Like he's got these magic powers all of a sudden. Yeah. I think Glasner's definitely helped, because he did pick up his form at the back end of Roy's tenure.
Yeah,
but Glasner's turned him into a beast now. Like he is. I think what Glasner's done, he's made him a striker that, look, once you're in that box, I'm not interested in you dribbling. Can you get a shot off?
Yeah.
So everything's now 1 and 2 touch with Mateta in the box, which is great. You speak about how he is as a leader. Honestly, there's certain characters we've had. So like we had Wilfred Zaha, then we had Michael Elise, then it was Eberechi Eze. And between Marc and Mateta, they're like the locker room leaders now,
big ones
for Palace. And when you see a lot of Palace interviews these days, Mateta's at the forefront of it. He's such a character.
I was going to say, he seems a good character.
He's a laugh, and he's kind of like at the forefront. And I think he's taken that on. There was one clip they showed on like the Palace channels where before Sunday he goes, "Come," he's in the training room, guys. "Come on, guys, let's go. Let's get that first home win. Let's go. Come on!" Like he's just trying to cheer everyone up. So he's kind of taken that mantle, you know. So he's an incredible striker, and I'm surprised that not many teams have come in for him.
Yeah, I think we were rumoured, and I think he's a top quality, as you said. I think you see many forwards now, like when we watch general, especially the Premier League, there's so much limited space now. But yeah, he's very much surprised me and a lot of Liverpool fans out there. And I think he's instrumental to keeping him at the club and keeping him happy and getting better quality players around him, mate, as well. But in terms of going into starting 11, mates, could you just give us your start 11, mate, and any injury concerns coming into this game as well for Saturday?
So I'll start with the injuries. It's the same ones, really. So Chet Doucouré, he's suffered 2 major injuries. I feel for him. So I don't think he's back until New Year. Chaddy Riyad.
Sorry, but he was linked with Liverpool, wasn't he? Was it last season or the season before?
That first season he had with us, unbelievable.
Amazing.
And he was linked. Yeah. He was linked with you. Like you lot love our players. But
he's very good at like promoting like top talent anyway.
Yeah. Chaddy Riyad will be back, I think, in November. Outside of that, like I said, Yeremy Pino's a big question mark as to whether he'll make it fit for this game. But starting 11, I think we will go Dean Henderson, Daniel Munoz right wing back, 3 centre backs of Guehi, Lacroix, and Richards. Left wing back will be Mitchell. I think it will be Kamada and Wharton in the midfield, with Yeremy Pino on the right, on the left, Sarr on the right, and Mateta up front. If Pino isn't fit, I think he goes Hughes Wharton in the middle, Kamada left 10, Sarr right 10, Mateta up front.
Yeah, that sounds interesting, mate. Just I know we've already touched on Wharton. Does Wharton thrive in a 2 or a 3? Would you say, like it's in terms of your system?
Well, we've under Glasner, he's always played in a 2 anyway.
2, yeah.
So he can adapt regardless, to be honest.
Yeah, and
he's that good.
Yeah, so be interesting, mate. I loved Conor Gallagher with Palace. I was made up when you scored. You always used to do the business against the cities and the other teams as well, mate. But it always used to be the case when we didn't win the league, it was all our own fault. Because one team that I could always, and the majority of Liverpool fans could always back on getting a result against the big boys was Crystal Palace as well. And that midfield of Conor Gallagher, tremendous footballer, obviously playing Atletico Madrid.
We tried to get him back this summer, but I think we tried to do like a loan with an option or obligation to buy, and Atletico wanted the straight 40 million, and we're like, we don't have that.
It's a lot, that 40 million. But spot on, mate. In terms of expectations going into the season as well, mate. Obviously after going into the game on Saturday, but looking beyond that as well. Hoping for a cup run, or just most importantly a European victory as well. Glasner's already won a European trophy as well.
Yeah, I mean, I did want the Carabao Cup, but then they've gone and drawn us again. They've done us over there. I was like, oh, thanks. But yeah, obviously, I think all eyes will be on that Conference League.
Yeah,
you know, we've just got to see how the beginning stages goes, how we adapt. Like I said, the Thursday, Sunday, just get to the knockout phase in good shape. Preferably, obviously, finishing higher in the league phase because you get preferable draw.
Yeah,
and then when you get to the knockout stage, you just take it from there, really. You know, I'm the type of person that, yes, I know a not so great Chelsea won it last year, and for example, terrible teams in Man United and Tottenham last season weren't good, won the Europa League. I'm a Palace fan who's never been to Europe. So I can't come out and start saying, oh, we're going to win this. No, we just take one game at a time and see where we go.
I think he's got a very good chance, mate. From my point of view, a top talented team anyway, and a manager that's got European pedigree as well. So
100%.
They know what he's got to do anyway. And if he stays beyond that, then fantastic views. I hope he stays. Yeah, fingers crossed. I hope we need top elite level. I think that's been, that's been the crucial in terms of going into the season as well. And like the developments of the Premier League is getting the likes of Glasner, the Guardiolas, Klopp, obviously and Arne Slot as well, mate. But finally as well, mate, promotion from your lads as well on your channel. A massive thank you, Rich, for coming on this evening, buds. Much appreciated. Any obviously opposition previews or any content coming up this week, just shout it out, please, mate, where everyone can find you.
No, thanks. Yeah, we did have our preview with Team Coppish, actually. That came out earlier on today, depending on when this comes out, actually. So it's earlier on Thursday evening, by the way. But we will have a match reaction. And you know what, Jack, if you are free Sunday evening, you're more than welcome to join us, to talk about the game if you are free.
Jump on, mate. Yeah,
so, what we always tend to do the day after because we watch it back. So we're not reactionary. And there's bits you might miss, even if you're at the game, you have to watch it again and so on and so forth. So, but the channel is Eagle Eyed Football, Crystal Palace content. And we love what we're doing, And, onwards and upwards.
Yeah. Keep on doing what you're doing, buds. Doing great as well. But that was being Rich from Eagle Eyed Football as well. Maybe get you on the back end of the season on the river. Well, if we keep on getting each other, it might be once every week at this moment.
That's right,
but Rich, a massive thank you as always, bud, for coming on. And everyone, please do, anyone watching or listening on Anfield Index, head over on all channels, Eagle Eyed Football as well, and check out especially on the post-match reaction as well. Let's hope it's 3 points for us, but if not, I'm pretty sure we'll very much be.
And we have a gentleman's handshake that we keep our unbeaten run by drawing.
I was going to say, we've come to a truce at the minute between Marc Guehi. It's until January possibly as well. But, Rich, it's been a pleasure, buds. Thank you for coming on. And Reds as well, who are watching or listening on the repeat, please do get involved in the comment section below. Shout out to obviously today's sponsor, Matchbingo. All the link is in the description as well. Obviously, the promotion code Index as well. So check that out for a deposit bonus as well. But for now, Reds, look after yourself. That's been obviously an opposition preview with Rich from Eagle Eyed. I've been Jack McIndoe as well. But Reds, look after yourself and thank you as always for tuning in.